Hi, Wellness Crew. It's Jenna L. Tripp, and this is an accompanying video to episode 10 of Cult of Wellness. And it is about a book, actually. This book. Babes in Charge of, or A Babe in Charge of Herself is what we'll say which with a B is. But it's actually incredibly useful information, especially for, women that need reassurance, that it's okay to not be this like wilting flower, um, and to not overextend themselves all the time. So I personally give this book a 10 out of 10, like straight up. I believe that it really targets a lot of the dark feminine energy that we've talked about. And I just loved the fierceness. So all I wanted to do was to kind of bring up a few points from the book that I thought were incredibly insightful and helpful. And hopefully, this will, help someone that's, in a relationship or single, looking for a relationship or dating, um, and that this would help them kind of know, how to set up, I guess, well, I'm not going to fully explain setting up boundaries. I'm going to mainly just go, off of what the book says. But I just wanted to share a few tidbits, I guess, that are super, super interesting and very true. So the first thing was, because in this book, it's by Sherry Argov. Um, she gives what she calls attraction principles. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about is the attraction principles. So one of them was anything a person chases in life runs away. Anything a person chases in life runs away. So, I mean, this can be anything, but for this book, she meant a man. um, so, what does this mean, right? When you cling to a man or anything really, you're putting yourself in a losing position. You are not in control because if you were, you wouldn't be chasing anything. We don't need to chase, we attract. We're not the chasers, we're not the pursuers, the man is. Okay? Working towards goals is one thing, but being the chaser to pursuer, you are giving away your power. You are not living in your feminine energy. You are simply being desperate. That was the very first like attraction point. And I was like, that is genius. Now, it was just the first sentence was from the book. The rest was me. um, but it's just so interesting because it's so true. The tighter we hold on and try to hold on to something, the further away it goes. It just does. That's just kind of how it works. Now, if you're more casual about something, if you're trusting in, you can trust in the universe, trust in your higher power, whatever, or quite simply be doing actions and activities that are going to get you closer to your goal, yeah, okay, that's different. But when it comes to a man, it's a little emasculating, right? Men are the pursuers most most of the time, right? Men are the pursuers. Um, in my experience with coaching, in my personal life, when you have someone that's secure, they are definitely not going to want to be chased. They're going to want to be doing the chasing. So don't take that opportunity away from a man because there's no point. Okay, the next one is, and these were all randomly selected. Well, not randomly selected. I selected them because I thought that they were the most important ones. Um, but again, same thing. It's going to be just the very first um, sentence is one of the attraction principles, whatever that she wrote in the book. The rest is me. Okay. A woman is perceived as a mental challenge to the degree that a man doesn't feel he has a 100% hold on her. So you don't want the man to feel like they got you because that's like nice girl treatment. You know what I mean? That's doormat treatment. In this book, the nice girl was referred to as the doormat because oftentimes the nice girl is the people pleaser, the one that's always calling, always pursuing, even if the date is like awful and horrible, whatever, or she's being left on some type of booty call situation. Like, no. Have respect for yourself. Come on, ladies, let's go. All right. The bitch lets the man know he can't walk all over her. She has boundaries and she can say no whenever she wants. She doesn't get Kanye'd. Like how Kim would change her look up because he told her to. The bitch is independent and free from all of that. And remember, what a bitch is a babe in total control of herself. That's what it means in this book. It doesn't mean something derogatory. So, if you're not a mental challenge in the sense of like, you can't like play fight or whatever, right? Or you can't mentally stimulate a man. If you have a hard time with that, get the book. I mean, there's so much in this book that, or about this book that I'm not covering. She actually even wrote a subsequent book called Why Men Marry Bitches. So I ordered it and I will definitely be reading that as soon as it gets here. We'll see how long it takes. Um, so yeah, being able to be a mental challenge, having your own opinions. A man doesn't want to see you just cave into everything or to give up, your life because of what he wants. And even if he pretends that that's what he wants, he's simply not going to respect you. So you deserve respect, but you have to behave like you deserve that respect. And I know this all sounds like a little bit harsh, and I don't mean it to. It's just that this is the way that the information was presented. And I honestly find it very valuable, especially if you're in the dating scene right now and you have maybe a pattern of not well of it maybe like not working out, or why did it end so quickly, things like that. It's oftentimes because we're not in our feminine energy. It is oftentimes because we are not confident, we are not loving ourselves and having, that self-worth that we need to have. Okay. So here is another one. The biggest variable between a bitch and a woman who is too nice is fear. So true. So true. Okay. The bitch shows that she's not afraid to be without him. Don't lose yourself waiting around for a phone call from a man. Have your routine and stick with it. Stick with your routine, with the things that you do every single day, the things that are important to you. Don't let anyone stop you from, going to the gym, running your errands, doing fantastic at your job, whatever it may be, you know. And yes, stay at home mom is a job too. I got you, ladies. I got you. Okay. Have your plans and carry them out. Don't stop working out or doing self care to be on standby for this guy. Don't be afraid to put yourself first. He'll respect you so much more for it. And that is so true. Men don't want you to lose yourselves, or to lose yourself in them, in their life, in their world, because men need space. So when you're constantly calling or you're constantly texting, a lot of the time it's like, want, 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 want. Like they might pretend to listen, but like it's much better to communicate in a clear, concise, and kind of shorter thing, right? Kind of like getting, which was brought up, but and that's not even on here, but I'm just gonna talk about it anyways, really quickly. The whole nagging thing. There's much better ways to go about getting what you want, or asking for help, or reminding, I mean, there's much better ways to go about it than to nag. And it's in the book. So it's really good. I like it a lot. All right, let me just do one more. Okay. If the choice is between her dignity and having a relationship, the bitch will prioritize her dignity above all else. Okay? So, what does that mean? Putting yourself first. Always putting yourself first. I've said this a million times, right? Until you love yourself, until you can take care of yourself fully and truly and authentically, you will not be able to love and take care of other people in the right way, in a healthy way. It's just not going to happen. The bitch will prioritize her dignity above all else. She won't give up her life for her man. She has her own plans and own friends and family she can focus on. She doesn't cling at all. She's happy with who she is and knows what she wants. She won't settle. And that is such a big thing. And that's why I wanted that to be the last one that I bring up. Settling. Because everyone has done it at some point in their life. Well, not everyone, but most people, right? They've settled for whatever reason, and not just in a relationship, but maybe in a situation that they're going through or some type of problem that's occurring. They settle for maybe like the easier choice. Well, when it comes to relationships, okay, don't settle. You have your gut instinct. Use it. You know what red flags are. Everyone knows what red flags are, right? And if you don't, like I said, get this book. I'm telling you, it is super helpful when it comes to dating and relationships and understand or having an understanding of men. If you haven't had a lot of like experience yourself, or you didn't grow up with like a lot of guy friends and stuff. See, I grew up a whole bunch of guy friends and girlfriends, of course, but I really, since I was like a teenager, got into the psyche of my friends, and so I would always be asking them questions and be like, "Oh, so what's the deal with, so and so?" And it's so funny because the negative comments, even though it wasn't as articulate, obviously, being that young, um, but their responses and stuff mirror so much what is in this book. And talking about the clinginess, or talking about, oh, I don't get to see my friends anymore, I don't get to watch the game anymore, or I don't get to, at that time me and my friends were in a band, so I don't get to practice anymore because she says I can't, like whatever, right? So it's just super interesting how all of these things um, are just so accurate and so true and spot on. Now, this is not to disparage men in any way, okay? Because I would even suggest for a man to get this for his woman, just to be like, oh, okay, this is going to be a better relationship. Got it, or at least information, right? I mean, you can't always, well, you can't ever force anyone to do anything, really. We are all responsible for our own decisions and our choices and our actions. But I just, yeah, I loved this book, especially coming from where I come from, especially with my background as a date coach. I wish we would have read this book um, back when I was a date coach, because this would have helped us so much, sort of helped our teams so much. Um, and I believe this was written like way, like a while back, like 2002 maybe, or maybe later. Let's see if it says when this was. I think it was, though. It says when it's manufactured. Yeah, copyright 2009, 2004, 2002, and 2000. So, she wrote this a while back and has come up with updates for the book. Um like uh this this edition has like two extra chapters, or one extra chapter. And I'm just saying, if you need help with your relationship, if you need help with dating, and you want something that's very funny and entertaining. I highly suggest this book. Like, I cannot tell you enough. And there's just so much good information in there. And I mean, most of this stuff, like, I already knew, but I just like how she articulated it, how she put it on paper. I thought it was great. So I'm just going to read those because the rest is going to be for the podcast. And I love this book, and I will definitely be talking about why men marry bitches, or whatever it's called. Yeah, why men marry bitches. That'll be a video in the future at some point when I read that book. But anyways, this was the accompaniment. And again, it's for episode 10 of Cult of Wellness, only on Spotify. Please like and subscribe or follow so that way you can get more content like this. And I appreciate you so much, Wellness Crew, for watching these videos and for really being supportive, because I've had an increase in subscribers and followers and stuff, and it means the world to me. Your views matter. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you enormously. Thank you. Bye. Until the next video.